Hi, welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time, it's great to see you. Today, I want to share a few tips that have truly saved me from that never-ending cleaning feeling. You know that one where you clean, turn around to get a towel, and come back like you didn't clean at all. I've tried to plan the perfect house cleaning, checklists, schedules, all that, but it still ended up in a mess after just a few days. I finally found that it's the little things done while I'm living my daily life that have helped me keep my house in order. No need to turn your house into a showroom. No need to force yourself to clean all day. Every tip I'm sharing today is easy to do, easy to apply, and most importantly, makes your home feel like a place where you're being supported, not drained. Okay, grab a drink of water, grab your phone, and let's get started. Tip 1 is always keep a donation bag on hand. One thing that has made a huge difference for me is this. I always have a donation bag or box somewhere nearby. Not in the closet, not buried in the garage. I mean in the hallway behind the bedroom door in the trunk. Easy to reach, easy to use. Because the thing is, things don't pile up in a critical moment. They creep in a random cup, a broken toy, a shirt that doesn't fit but you fold anyway. So now instead of waiting for cleaning day, I just deal with it in the moment. If I'm putting away clothes and see something we don't use, put it in a nearby bag. If I'm cleaning out a shelf and find something I forgot we owned, put it in a nearby box. No big deal. It wasn't an all-day project, but it added up, keeping the house from being filled with stuff we already knew we weren't using. And that saved me a lot of effort cleaning. And if you're looking for more cleaning tips, this next video is for you. In it, I'll share a super simple habit that has helped me clear most of the clutter in my home. It's not complicated, it doesn't take much time, but it's completely changed the way I handle things. Subscribe so you don't miss out. I'll be back to today's content soon. Tip 2 is don't wait for the right time to clean. Do you always have an excuse to put off cleaning? You open a drawer, it's messy, you think, well, I'll deal with it later. But then it never comes, because there's always something more urgent: dinner, work, laundry, life. That drawer stays messy, not because you're lazy, but because you tell yourself it'll take an afternoon and a full tank of energy to fix. That's the trap. Waiting until you have time turns small problems into long-term clutter. To escape this trap, try this solution. Treat cleaning as a side task, not the main task. When I'm doing something in that space, I take 30 seconds to remove 1 or 2 unnecessary items. No checklist, no pile, just a quick glance. When I grab a towel, conveniently throw away the torn one. When I put away groceries, conveniently throw out the expired cans. When I brush my teeth, conveniently clean out the sample bottles I never use. That's it. No overthinking, no reorganizing the whole cupboard. Just take one thing out. When I started doing this every day, not perfectly, just consistently, things really started to fall into place. I no longer felt overwhelmed by one more project, because nothing had a chance to pile up. You don't need a perfect day to start. You just have to stop waiting for it. Now let's move on to the next tip. Tip 3 is store cleaning tools where you use them. One reason cleaning is harder than it should be: the tools you need are never cluttered. You're brushing your teeth and you see toothpaste splattered on the mirror, but the window cleaner is in the kitchen. So you think I'll clean it up later. But let's be honest, later often becomes next week. What changed this for me was simple. I started storing basic cleaning tools where I actually need them. A small spray bottle and cleaning cloth in each bathroom. A duster tucked behind the living room sofa. Disinfectant wipes in the laundry room. I don't use a lot of fancy products, just the essentials. But now when I see a mess, I don't have to look for cleaning tools anymore. I can deal with it right then and there. These quick 1-minute cleaning tips help prevent buildup. And the less stuff I have, the less overwhelmed I feel when I walk into my home. Now let's move on to the next tip. Tip 4 is do a quick cleanup before bed. Do you always wake up in the morning and feel frustrated with yesterday's mess? The dishes are still in the sink, shoes are in the hallway, the sofa is full of snacks and socks, and somehow no one remembers where they came from. It makes it harder to start the day, slowly making things harder. So now I've tried a solution. I start a quick cleanup in the evening. Not a thorough cleanup, just a quick 10-15 minute sweep before bed, sometimes the whole house, sometimes just the messiest room. For example, dishes are neatly put away, or at least stacked. Tables are wiped clean, toys are thrown back in the bin. Blankets or folded pillows are put back on the sofa. That's it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just do a basic cleanup so you don't have to start cleaning again tomorrow with a bad feeling. Now let's move on to the next tip. Tip 5 is tidy first, wipe later. Have you ever cleaned your kitchen countertops only to realize there's still stuff lying around? I used to do this all the time, jumping right in when the surface was still covered in junk. And then I felt frustrated, like I'd worked hard, but nothing looked better. So I started reversing the order. I tried cleaning first. Just a quick reorganizing, putting things back in their places, throwing away unnecessary things. Once I was done wiping, scrubbing, vacuuming took half the time, and I could really see the difference. You don't have to do a deep clean every day. Sometimes just rearranging things in their proper order can save you half the time. Now let's move on to the next tip. Tip 6 is tackle the avoidance task. Everyone has something they keep putting off. A messy nightstand, a pile of junk by the stairs, a laundry basket full of I have no place to put it all items. It's not that you don't see it. You see it every day, but it feels like too much, so you keep thinking I'll deal with it when I have more time. The problem is, the longer you wait, the heavier it feels. Not because the pile gets bigger, but because the mental burden of avoiding it gets bigger. The solution is simple. I give myself just 5 minutes to start whenever I see a messy area. Literally, I set a timer, go to that spot, and do whatever I can in 5 minutes. Throw away some trash, put 3 items back in their rightful place, fold a pile. And the amazing thing is that once I start, I either finish it or realize it's not as bad as I thought. So if you have a mess that's bothering you, don't wait for the right time. Give it 5 minutes. That's it. Start a timer, take a deep breath, and do what you can. Because doing something, however small, will get you further than waiting for the perfect time. Now let's move on to the next tip. Tip 7 is make tidying part of what you're already doing. I used to think tidying had to be its own separate task, like I had to block off time just to clean up the living room or reset the bathroom. But let's be honest, there's not always a clean block of time sitting around. So instead, I started attaching tidying to things I'm already doing. Here's what that looks like. Wipe the bathroom counter after brushing my teeth. Pick up toys off the floor while waiting for dinner to finish. Toss shoes back in the bin when I walk past the entryway. None of it feels like extra work. It's just part of the rhythm of the day. And because these small resets happen in the moment, I don't end up with one giant mess to deal with later. It's not about doing more, it's about using the little gaps that already exist. Now let's move on to the last tip. Tip 8 is give every item a home. Ever feel like you're just constantly picking up the things? A jacket on the chair, keys on the counter, a phone charger that somehow migrates to every room in the house. If you're always tidying the same stuff over and over, it's not because your house is out of control. It's usually because those items don't actually have a home. The solution here is simple. If I keep finding something out of place, that means it doesn't have a place. So I stop and decide where it should go permanently. For example, the keys always go in the bowl by the door. The charger lives in the nightstand drawer. The papers go in one tray, not 5 different surfaces. Once everything has a home, tidying stops feeling like a full-time job because you're not constantly deciding where things might go. You already know. All right, friend. If you made it this far, I hope something in here gave you a little spark. Not a to-do list, just a shift. A way to feel a bit more in control of your space even on the busiest days. And if you're looking for more cleaning tips, this next video is for you. In that video, I'm going to share a super simple habit that has helped me clear out most of the clutter in my home. It's not complicated, it doesn't take much time, but it's completely changed the way I handle things. Subscribe so you don't miss out.